So, um, so my key verse is Micah 6:8. He has told you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with God. Micah shows God's punishment against his people in times when corruption happened. God was an angry oppressor to those who commit sins and gave them covenant curses. However, God also gave a covenant faithfulness that comes from God's steadfast love, a grace of God's light of salvation. God explicitly shows us what He requires to us for our faith on Him, which are justice, kindness, and walking humbly with Him. When I get tired and have plenty of stuff to handle, my evil mind easily comes out, and I became vulnerable to commit sins by hurting others and being self-centered. Last week, I hurt several people because of such hot-tempered characteristics. I didn't bring Isaac's Bible back for a while. Then on the day when my parents came, he asked me to bring it back to cubicle since he needed it. However, I thought it was a special day for me and thought he was not considerable to understand me while neglecting my fault not to bring his Bible back in time. I misbehaved to him by yelling and crying in front of him, having a selfish thinking that my time and event was more precious than his. Also, I yelled to my parents as well. When I helped my mother to make a cell phone, we wandered around for a long time since we could not find cell phone office. My mother compared me to my brother, saying, if your brother handled this, he would immediately find the office. I was mad, thinking that she did not recognize my effort to help her. I again yelled and frowned my face to my mother. Later, she told me that that was the most evil face she ever had seen. I felt ashamed to say that I'm a Christian. Whenever I commit to sin out of anger, I regret a lot about my bad behavior. I make a vow to myself that I would not repeat the same mistake. But sooner or later, I found myself committing the same sin. I became desperate, thinking that I could never change my hot-tempered characteristic, which hurts others and making me struggle with a guilty feeling. Is there a way that I could fix the bad habit? To be changed, first of all, I should recognize and admit who I am and what my problem is. Though I regret my hot-tempered behavior, I have tendency to make an excuse trying to justify myself, why I could not help to do such misbehaviors. It makes me to think that the anger in my mind results from others. However, while reading Micah, I could remind that I could never be free from sins as people in the past did. I'm a sinner, and one of my obvious traits as a sinner is being hot-tempered. In Micah, God gives hope to people who commit sins by promising forgiveness to their sins. If there is no forgiveness, I will be trapped by sin forever, and there is no meaning of changing my ill behavior, since I will be punished in any way. When things screwed up, we hope that we can start from the beginning, and at the second time, people will do better. God forgives my sin of my misbehavior out of anger and erased them so that I could start from the beginning. Lastly, God gives an exact direction how I could prevent the sin. It is justice, kindness, and walking humbly with God. When I became angry and do misbehavior, I am not justice, kind, neither humble. I became angry since I think I am a better person than others, and that made me to do unkind behavior, which is not justice. Thank God for forgiving my sins of committing so many misbehaviors to others out of anger. Though I am a vulnerable sinner, I pray that God strengthen me to have justice, kindness, and humbleness to overcome my hot-tempered characteristics. Thank you.